I usually use 6 slices of bacon, and I put them in the freezer for a couple hours so it's easier to cut. And when they come out of the freezer, I just cut them in half, and then I cut usually 4 to 5 slices of them, like this, so. And then I take my scissors and I just snip like maybe about like 1/8 of an inch. And I go through and I do all the bacon like this. Okay. I forgot to mention that the bacon that I use is thick sliced bacon. This is dinner ham pre-sliced. You have to cut away the skin on the outside.
Folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico sure are happy. I say happier than a slinky on an escalator. Get happy, get Geico. Folks who save hundreds of dollars switching to Geico sure are happy. How happy, Ronnie? Happier than Gallagher at a farmer's market. Get happy, get Geico.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine. The official home audio sponsor of the NFL. And by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Here we go.
Here in New England yesterday, the 129th playing of 3 games. Harvard Yale, Harvard winning for the 6th straight time. Well, the Colts able to put together a drive of 52 yards leading to a field goal.
Okay, this is the onion part. Usually 1 large onion per batch. I usually use Mayan sweet onions, but it really doesn't matter. I slice them and I have this crusher. I just put them on here and I whack it down. And they end up looking like about that size. Okay, ready to cook the bacon. Try to make it just a single layer so it cooks kind of evenly. And we use medium heat here. So it'll take maybe about 20 minutes. You want to cook the bacon, but don't make it crispy. Okay, these are finished. All that needs to be done now is they need to be drained. Here they are again, and now they're being drained. And this is what they look like. Okay, now we're getting ready for the ham. So we're putting in a dab of butter, smush it around, and the heat is about medium again. And the ham's gonna cook until the water evaporates from the ham. And then it'll be done. Okay, now we're gonna prepare the onions with a dab of butter. This is gonna simmer on low heat or medium to low heat. The onions until they're mushy. And then they're finished also. All of this, the ham, the onions, and the bacon is put into a bowl that can contain all of it. You can also add pepper when it's done, when you're mixing it up, or even some Montreal steak stuff. Okay, this is the dough. You have to roll it out. I roll it out maybe about 1/8 of an inch. This is a 2-inch biscuit cutter. After it's rolled out, I just press these out. Little circles, like everywhere. When that's done, I just peel it away and save this for the next batch to roll out. Now, here we go, is the bacon. So we take a teaspoon, and we don't overfill it, but you'll have to like judge on your own. You know what's like too much. We need this to close, and you don't want it to go out to the ends because we're gonna put a egg wash around it. Because sometimes these like pop open while they're baking, and the egg wash seems to like keep them closed. If you don't want to do it with an egg wash, you can also use water around. And that would be with the white of the egg. Oh, also, when you're rolling out the dough, you may need to add more flour, depending how sticky it is, like to the roller or to the table. You know, you're going to have to judge that on your own. The more flour you add, the less chance you're going to be able to reuse the dough. Because as the dough gets thicker and thicker, it doesn't make for nice pirogs. They just pop open no matter what you do to them. Okay, so now, there they are. Now you take the egg wash. It's egg white that's been whipped up a little bit. And I go around with a brush like on a half moon. Don't need to go around all the way because you're going to fold these in half. Like so. Okay? So now, you just fold these over. And just pat down the sides with your fingers, like so. See? Fold it over. Pat it down. So all the meat's like in the bubble, and you're just patting around the bubble.
I have to do what it takes to keep me breathing. If you or someone you love has complex or advanced stage lung cancer, go to cancercenter.com/lungcancer. You'll see how our lung cancer treatment results compare to national averages. You'll also see why Cancer Treatment Centers of America has a patient satisfaction rate over 95%. Go to cancercenter.com and find out if yours is one of the hundreds of insurance plans with which we work. Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
There. Now we take the biscuit cutter again, and we cut away some of the excess. So there's not so much dough. Like so. Okay. Now, one more time. You have to pat it around and down so it doesn't open. And these should be going onto a tray, but I don't have a prepared tray right now. I will. I use parchment paper. You could put like a light coat of grease on it also. Parchment paper is just easier because things just seem not to burn on the bottom. Easier for me. Okay, so once that's all done, they get put on these trays. It's good that these trays, like that they sit for maybe 20 minutes and they'll do another rising, which will make them a little bit fluffier. Now, we have a tray that's ready to go into the oven. So we take the yolk, don't do that, I want to cut it out. This is the yolk wash with the heavy cream. Okay? And you just like, with a brush, dab it on so it's like, it'll give it a nice golden brown when it's baking in the oven. See, with the paper, the parchment paper, it just makes it easier. If it drips on the sides of it, who cares? You know? Okay, now these are ready to go in the oven. They bake in the oven at 400 degrees, about 10 minutes. You're gonna have to try it out to see. My other oven, it took like 12 minutes, 13 minutes, but this one's fast, sometimes 9 or 10 minutes. And these are finished pirogs that Andy's eating.